80 as a NPS score, 42 Fortune, 100 customers, right? We say we are maniacal about client success. Obviously, the results are there to see. So maybe Mayank and Amitabh, I want to ask you if you could take one example and walk us through in terms of, what is the problem we have solved for the customer? How have we truly been a partner in delivering outcomes, right? And maybe Mayank, why don't you go for it first?
Sure. I mean, as we track how we deliver value, and if you look at us even over the last 2 years or so, more than 50%, maybe close to 60% of the work that we do, it is focused on, or it's based on the outcome-driven models, right? Where we sign up for delivering results for customers. And one of the most recent example with one of the largest Wall Street banks, as they were looking to modernize and transform their whole global networking infrastructure. And as we all know, in banks of that scale, network is one of the core elements in terms of the infrastructure, which can make the difference between, making big gains on a trade, let's say, to give that example, versus actually losing money, right? So that's the criticality of that kind of infrastructure. So as they were looking to transform, they went through this whole process of selection of partners, and they were prior to that managing that sort of in silos across internal teams and some partners together, and they consolidated and they chose Brillio or to have that responsibility. So over the last year and a half, I think we have been closely working with that client in terms of not just managing their infra in their networks, at a much higher level of efficiency, right? And along with that, transforming their operation as well, right? So sort of introducing newer networking and infrastructure components, driving a lot more automation, right? And through that, we have not only been able to deliver to them sort of productivity gains that we have passed on to the client, but we have also improved the infrastructure so that it is in a much better position right now to support the quote unquote the bank of the future as they define it, right? And we still have ways to go in terms of, we see over the next two years even more opportunities to continue to improve what they have, right? So that's just one example of approaching something with a very different mindset, right? Because the easy sort of approach could be, I can give clients, productivity gain, right? Or and sort of, make it a very people-based, right? We deliberately, when we started engaging with that client, we said, we will help you not just sort of get the productivity gain, but we will actually sign up for improving your core metrics around business performance, right? Which is dependent on this sort of infrastructure, right? So that's very, if not unique, it's for a company of our scale and our size. I think something that we do, I think, a lot more often than even some of the larger sort of peers would be doing that, right? So I think that's something. Most recent example
for one of the large commercial banks, right? We partnered with them completely on their digital transformation journey by working on several initiatives. Whether it was onboarding, cutting it from 12-13 days to less than 5-6 days, was a big achievement for them. And the way we were able to bring technology, BPM tools, etc., to make that process as efficient, as automated as possible, was a great success. Beyond that, we were partnered with them on this, this online banking transformation, where they had like more than 200k users, which need to go now onto this platform. And because of its commercial bank nature, you have decentralized. The way we transformed it, was great, and understanding the personas of the customer and building those features specifically for that was great. But what we did, through this journey was that we understood that the bank is going through this transformation and is going to continue to innovate and build a lot of different applications. we realized that we should try and pass on different solutions and efficiencies which we have, like for example creating this whole reusable asset of tools which can not only provide standardized behavior across the different products but also improve the developer efficiency by 40% or so. So this is a great example how we are making difference to our customers.
And I think both these examples which Mayank, you and Amitabh have taken are truly representative of what Brillio stands for, right? And I've been closely involved, especially with the Wall Street Bank you spoke of. And in that particular case, I think at least for me personally, when I look at it, we always talk about how, we need to punch above our weight. And I think it's a classic example of how the narrative quickly went from, who's Brillio when, we were part of the deal. And over a few months, it was almost like, looks like you guys were the best kept secret. So, where were you all this time, right? And Amitabh, in this particular multi-year transformation that you spoke of course, the NPS is outstanding and consistent across years. But I think what really stands out is the fact that the trust which has been established and the quality of delivery which sort of, complements it and, or rather adds more credence to it. Across stakeholders, business units, across business technology operations has been very, very high. But thank you for that. I think, it's a great indication of, what Brillio is capable of doing and how people on the ground make it happen for our customers.